Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. From my low, I have to say, I was thinking long and hard about how I was going to go about today's video and either Saturday or Sunday's video, because I do need to do my arc thoughts on the Granola Saga, which I will be doing at some point. I mean, to be honest, I almost was going to do it today, but I'll get to what today's video is about momentarily. So just tossing my brain around, like being a little stressed out over it. Also at the moment, I lost my power charger for my computer, so I have no access to my computer at this point, which is really frustrating me. Sad part is I know where it is. I'm not going to be able to find it until later today. Hopefully it's still there. My high is, after so very long, because I said this before the other day, I'm a huge fan of Brain Scratch Commentaries. You know, Johnny, Ted, Ryan, and Lewis. I love you guys. You guys kill it every time. I love you. You guys make me laugh. I mean, I've got nothing but good things to say about you guys. I finally got a chance to finish their God of War 3 commentary. Now, I'll get to that momentarily. My act of kindness was I held the door for some people. Now, about the commentary. You guys killed it. You made me laugh. It's always very insightful to hear what your opinions are on matters such as these. My one gripe about your commentary, and honestly, my one gripe about what a lot of people think of this particular thing about the original God of War trilogy, is all you guys did was pretty much talk about God of War's biggest plot hole. I want to make one thing clear. I grew up with the God of War trilogy. I love those games. And if for whatever reason you don't, that's fine. I'm not going to yuck on, you're entirely your own opinion. This is just, I personally am a fan. And what I'm going to be talking about today is, again, how I personally have solved the biggest plot hole that people like to talk about when it comes to the original trilogy. Keep in mind, this will contain spoilers. So, if you've never seen or played the original God of War trilogy, and by seeing, you can just watch the cutscenes on YouTube, feel free to stop the video here. I will not judge you for that. Also, there are a lot of people who are fans of both Greek and Norse mythology, even though I'm really not going to talk about the latter very much, in which the God of War games have most definitely taken liberties on. I'm not going to give the God of War games any flack for that, solely because as long as you can tell a good story, be entertaining, and show us things we've never seen before, I personally can forgive whatever liberties will need to be taken. So with that in mind, let's get into what the biggest plot hole is, which is essentially the gods did their own undoing. I will explain. In the first God of War game, Kratos' final mission from the gods, in order for him to, basically, he was told that he would be relieved of the nightmares that he has. I'll get into that in a second. When really all the gods are going to do is forgive his sins. So basically he still has those nightmares, but I'll get to what they are momentarily. His final mission is to stop Ares from destroying Athens. That is it. Stop Ares from destroying Athens, kill him by any means necessary. At no point do they ever say what to do. They never say how to do it, what method you use, whatever. Stop Ares from destroying Athens. That's it. In the first God of War game, the way Kratos destroys Ares is he opens Pandora's box. Again, limities. The power from Pandora's box gives Kratos the ability to destroy Ares. In the third God of War game, it was revealed what actually was inside the box, which was the evils from the Great War, and by Great War I mean the war between the Titans and the gods. The remnants of that war were so incredibly evil, filled with hatred, anger, all that, pretty much anything negative was what happened after that war. Those evils were what were contained in Pandora's box. So naturally, when Kratos opened the box to destroy Ares, those evils from the Great War were what were believed to be what killed Ares. It wasn't until at the very end of God of War 3 that Athena revealed that there was actually another item inside Pandora's box. Because Athena herself knew that if Pandora's box was ever opened, it could mean pretty much catastrophe. Because the evils of the Great War would, probably go and destroy the world and whatever. So Athena herself put the most powerful weapon, along with the great evils, inside of the box. It was revealed that when Kratos opened the box to destroy Ares, Kratos got the weapon that Athena put in the box. Meanwhile, the evils from the Great War wound up infecting the other gods. That's why the gods grew to be, well, technically they were kind of already bad, but but the evils from the Great War made them worse. It's what drove Zeus to kill Kratos, which pretty much led to the events of God of War 2, and so that's why we got God of War 3. Now, in order to stop Zeus in God of War 3, you need to access the Flame of Olympus, which will destroy any god or mortal who touches it. Within the flame is, you guessed it, Pandora's box. Yes, they brought Pandora's box again. Remember when I said that Athena placed another weapon inside the box along with the great evils? Throughout the entire game, that's what everyone thought was in, that's pretty much what was in the box, or what was believed to be inside the box. When Kratos finally opens the box again, the box is empty. So, if Kratos had the power to destroy Ares using that weapon from Athena, how come he never used it again until the end of God of War 3? Because the weapon that Athena put in there was hope. That's literally what they refer to it as hope. Which actually does lead into probably my favorite line in the entire series, which is, hope is what makes us strong, is why we are here, is what we fight for when all else is lost. 15 years later, I still get chills from that line. Oh my gosh. Right, I gotta focus. So, it was revealed that Kratos was able to use that power again when he was able to, for the most part, forgive himself. I mean, he can never really forget what he did, but he can at least forgive himself of everything he did in the name of everything that Ares made him do when he was essentially a servant of Ares. Which included the fact that during Kratos' time as Ares' servant, Ares sent him on a mission to this one village for Kratos to destroy. When he got into the temple, he murdered everyone inside the temple, including his own wife and child. Yes, Kratos kills his own wife and child. Which, how? I mean, he thought they were both left back in Sparta, which is where he's from. And it was revealed that Ares did that because now with his wife and child dead, Kratos truly will become a great warrior. Which, technically, Ares did succeed in making Kratos a great warrior because Kratos did kill Ares. Cruel irony, right? So what is the biggest plot hole? Well, Zeus and the other gods knew that the evils in the Great War were inside Pandora's box. And Kratos needed to open Pandora's box to stop Ares. So why did the gods tell Kratos to open the box? And that's where people get it wrong. If you pay attention to the dialogue in the first God of War game, and like I said very earlier in this video, no one actually told Kratos to open Pandora's box. The only thing the gods told Kratos to do was to stop Ares from destroying Athens. That's it. That's all they do. They don't tell him how he should do it. They tell him nothing else. The only reason why Kratos even knew about Pandora's box had nothing to do with the gods at all. It was actually the Oracle of Athens who told Kratos that there's only one weapon in the world that can actually kill a god, which is Pandora's box. Now, an argument can be made that after Kratos sees the Oracle of Athens, he does run into Athena again in one of the statues that you can pray to. And Athena told Kratos that the only thing she tells Kratos is that the box exists. It is real. It exists. It's in Pandora's temple. It's on the back of Kronos the Titan. That's it. That's all she says. If you're starting to see a pattern here, no one tells Kratos to use the box. The only reason why Kratos uses is because he knows that he needs to kill Ares out of revenge. Which, vengeance really is... I mean, listen, it's pretty obvious that the God of War games, especially the first one, really delve into the effectiveness of telling a Greek tragedy. And yes, Kratos in that game especially is a rather tragic character. He is. Especially given the fact that even after he kills Ares, he asks Athena, to rid him of the memories that haunt him, specifically the fact that he killed his wife and child. And Athena says, your sins have been, we promised you that we'd forgive you of your sins. And they are forgiven. We never said anything about taking away your nightmares. Which then tells Kratos to want to kill himself, but then before Kratos would have died, Athena says, listen, because we may mourn Ares' death, but we are indebted to you. For what you have done, we want to make you the new God of War. Which we would learn in the that one PSP game, Ghost of Sparta, that Kratos technically is a half god. Because he actually is the son of Zeus. Yeah, a lot of Greek mythology involves Zeus kind of being not a very good guy, including having relations with a lot of mortal women. So yeah, that's how Kratos was born. That's just how it is. So Kratos already was, he's a demigod. That's what he is, a demigod. So, if what I believe to be is true, and it is, Kratos never actually was told by the gods to use Pandora's box. He used it because he wanted to kill Ares. Because he already planned revenge against Ares. That's it. None of the gods told Kratos to use the box. And that's literally all the Brain Scratch Commentary guys were talking about in the God of War 3 playthrough every chance they had. Which was, why did you tell us to use the box if you knew the evils were in there? They didn't tell Kratos to use the box. No one tells Kratos to use the box. Kratos uses the box on his own volition. That's like the one thing that people keep getting wrong. Now, the one plot hole that might actually remain, but I personally have solved that as well, is Athena put that weapon, which is hope, inside the box along with the evils of the Great War. And obviously when Kratos opened the box, he released the evils of the Great War, but he wound up getting the weapon himself. Why didn't Athena know this? Well, there is actually a logical explanation for that. it's possible that Athena thought that when Kratos opened the box, he got both things. The Eagles from the Great War and the weapon that she put in. Kratos has them both. Which, yeah, if you have both, it's very simple why you'd be able to kill Ares. As well as wind up doing the things he's able to do. Now, granted, we wouldn't know about the Eagles of the Great Wars in the third game, but knowing what we know now, it is possible that maybe Athena thought that Kratos had both the Eagles of the Great War and the weapon. That's it. That's it. That is, I have just solved God of War's biggest plot hole. You're welcome. Listen, if you truly do believe that God of War, listen, I really am not an expert on these sorts of things. I'm really not. This is just both my eye and my ear test. Again, I love the God of War trilogy. I mean, I said earlier that a game, much like a good movie or TV show, should tell a good story, be entertaining, and show us things that we've never seen before. And those three games, to their credit, most certainly did at that time. I mean, I even just said earlier, like, again, probably my favorite line ever uttered in all of video games is, hope is what makes us strong, is why we're here, is what we fight for when all else is lost. I love that line. And you know why I love that line most of all? Because you can, I mean, yes, God of War is a video game, but that's not to say you can't learn anything from it. And you can totally take that line and apply it to real life. Listen, everyone has days where they just want to throw in the towel and, give up and not want to do it. It's actually what I just said in yesterday's video. But you gotta have hope. Like, you can't stop. You gotta keep going. And, yeah, that's why you can apply that to real life. Yeah, I know it sounds a little on the cheesy side, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's also, I mean, this is coming from a video game. And a very good video game at that. It's not going to be perfect in every single way, shape, and form. I mean, listen, as much as I love the God of War games, I do got to give the Brain Scratch Commentary guys credit for definitely pointing out a lot that Kratos, not the most likable person. He's not. Especially given what he does in God of War 2 and 3. And some of what he does in God of War 1. Boat captain, anyone? So, this is just what I figured out. This is just what I've come to know. To the good folks over at Santa Monica Studios, thank you for making God of War. Thank you for, enriching my childhood. Full stop. I didn't really play much of God of War 2018 because I just was not a fan of that game style. If you haven't figured it out yet, a few years before God of War 2018 came out, Sony, specifically Naughty Dog, the people behind Crash Bandicoot, came out with a game called The Last of Us. And that was the game that every single other franchise was trying to do. That sort of gameplay style where, normally, say the original God of War trilogy, the camera was I'm Kratos and the camera's right there. In God of War 2018, the camera's right here. And you're imagine facing the other way. The camera's right here, and pretend this is Kratos' back. Obviously, this is my front, but please pretend and bear with me. I just was never a fan of that style. But I know a lot of people are, and you know what? That doesn't mean I don't know what happens. I mean, seriously, that's actually my one sort of thing I kind of wish was still there. I mean, I grew up listening to T.C. Carson being the voice of Kratos. So when they got a different person to be Kratos in the God of War games that came out in 2018 and 2022, it definitely was different. But I definitely got to give Christopher Judge all the credit in the world because I really, his performance as Kratos is so good I really don't have a favorite between him or T.C. Carson. They're both great as Kratos. And I like those guys. You know, they're both great actors in their own right, and they gave a voice to Kratos. Let's be real here. God of War, whether you like it or not, made Kratos a very iconic video game character. I wouldn't say not quite to the level of, say, like Sonic or Mario, but he has his place in like the pantheon of great video game heroes. And none of that would be possible without the good folks at Santa Monica. And without T.C. Carson and Christopher Judge, we'd never have a voice for it. So, to T.C. Carson and Christopher Judge, thank you for your great performances. I can't wait to know what else you guys might do in the future. I mean, right now, the future of God of War, I mean, people want it to be like Egyptian themed, which I could totally see them doing that. I mean, they pretty much wrapped up Norse mythology with God of War Ragnarok, so who knows what could be next. But whatever, but you know, I may not really play the games anymore, but I'll always be a fan. As a fan, that's why I made this video. I hope you liked this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm your homie in this video for you guys watching Joe for Doom. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Oh, did I say happy Thursday? Oh, I did say happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, folks. And remember, when you guys want to talk to us, we get a little in there. We'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.